In this Planet Zoo video, I'm going to be building with the base game only construction pieces. So let's go into our construction menu and narrow down all the pieces to base game only. Not everybody has the capability to get every DLC for Planet Zoo, and some people might just be picking up Planet Zoo for the first time and downloading the base game only. So I wanted to kind of demonstrate what can be done with the base game only pieces, and I wanted to put something on the Steam Workshop page what people can download, which includes only the base game items. And we're going to be building a hard shelter for animals. This is going to be a hard shelter, but it's also going to look like a backstage area of a zoo. So all the stuff you will find backstage, the habitat gate is going to be placed there, and you can build your habitat around that. If you want to see me build a full on habitat with base game only pieces, then drop a like and let me know in the comment section below. Hey, you never know, it might lead to a base game only full zoo. Now, it was a bit difficult at first because I didn't have all the construction pieces at my arsenal that I would normally have and that I love using and that I favorited in the menu as my favorite pieces to use, like the conservation pieces out of the conservation pack and the Indonesian stained wood pieces, especially when I'm building a hard shelter like this. But it doesn't mean you can't have really good looking buildings, and hopefully this video sets, not standard, but sets a demonstration of how buildings can come out looking using the base game only pieces. And the main thing what I did and what makes this building what it is I created these custom walls. I've shown how to create custom walls in tutorials on my channel before, but if you don't know, it's basically just going to put whatever you want on a wall. Make sure the wall piece is on the grid, the wall piece, and then you just select everything and you duplicate it over. It's as easy as that. We've designated two doors, so the one door on the left, what is poking out, which you can see I've just put in, will be the entrance to the backstage area, and the door at the front will be the entrance to the habitat, where the habitat gate is going to be basically, and where our animals can be dropped off and our zookeepers and vets can gain access to the actual habitat. I decided to raise the roof on the left hand side just to give a bit of height variance within the builds. I do this with most of my builds, to be honest with you. I'm just adding the trims and stuff like that now. We used a lot of the wooden pieces. With the custom walls, I've slanted the wooden pieces to give this lovely wood effect as well, kind of like a 3D wood effect. See me just putting the plaster pieces in of the floor. I always recommend using plaster pieces. It just looks like it would do in real life. It looks easily cleanable. If cleanable's a word, yeah, I think it is. Cleanable for our zookeepers to clean all the muck and the, you know, the shit basically and the piss away from our animals. At the top, I'm going to put this lovely wooden slant. I love this. This is in the base game. I didn't actually realize it was in the base game, this roof piece. I use it in loads of my builds. I just think it's a really good looking roof, and you can use it as floor as well, and I did do that on the left hand side, on the inside of the building as floor, and used it on the roof. We recolored it to a brown for the floor, and we kept it kind of the colour as it comes basically for the roof. The reason I've just separated the roof from the actual building and heightened it up is so I can see in the building. I want to see how it looked with a roof on, and I liked it. I didn't want to delete the roof and rebuild it all, so I separated it from the grid, raised it up so I can see in the building, so I can build the inside, the interior of the building. Now I decided to add some more lights, and there's a lot of lights what's going to be added to this hard shelter. We're going to have this extended roof area here with the added lights. We're going to have a little pop-up kind of like skylight on the right hand side, and we're going to add some windows to the side of the building as well. Just getting that natural light in there. You will see me jump from different parts of the building, and that's the way I build. It always has been. So I'll be building the roof one minute, next minute I'm building the interior of the actual building. It's just the way I build, so forgive me if you kind of like lost of where this is coming, or is it all coming a little bit too fast for you. But yeah, I've started to build the inside here, and I'm just building a simple fence really. And then I realised mesh, which is one of my favourite pieces. It's in base game. It was released free as an update, and it's included if you do have just the base game. So I thought, yes, we've got the mesh. I can actually work with something here. I'm cooking, let me cook. So I'm just creating these custom made barriers here, and this is going to be the interior. This is going to separate our zookeepers and keep our animals in as well. Remember, our gate is going to go in the front, but we're going to have an inside area for not our guests, mainly for our zookeepers, to create that backstage area look. We're going to create a fake fence here, and well, fake gate, sorry, not a fake fence. fake gated fence, I think is the correct terminology. We're going to create that so it gives the impression that this is the entrance for our zookeepers to get in the inside of the habitat, but it's not, is it? Because we're building that entrance to the front. And I always say the best thing to do and how to make things look more detailed in Planet Zoo is have a look how things work in real life. Even if it doesn't actually have a function within the game, just build it anyway if it would have it in real life. And it will just make everything fit better and everything, well, look better simply. I'm just playing about with the fences here. I'm actually not totally happy with these fences. I know I can do much better, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it in. I might change them before I upload it as a blueprint to the Steam Workshop page. If you want anything I build off the Steam Workshop page, you can do. The link is in the description down below. You can see me just adding the bedding, and the bad thing about adding bedding is it flattens to terrain. So I had to raise the plaster pieces up. I didn't actually think about that, and then raise the fences up to suit as well. But it's okay because we're going to add a slant to the front of the building so our animals can actually get to the hard shelter and get privacy from our guests. We did the same with the wooden flooring as well. We didn't have to heighten it as much. We just had to flatten the terrain with our terrain tool. We're going to lower the roof back in now, and we're going to create that skylight what I just mentioned. So we're just going to delete some of the pieces and start building it out with glass pieces, and then build it back around with the roof pieces, if that makes sense. We're always going to have an overhang by 1 meter. That's why I always narrow my grid size down when creating a roof to 1 meter, just to have a little overhang over the top for rain and stuff like that. That's what you would see in real life. Stuff like aircon units and little details now, putting it into the roof. And if you see me keep zooming out, that's me checking if everything's looking all right or what else I can change. As for habitat gate, you can see it just looked ridiculous there, so we're going to put it where I said I am going to put it. We're going to change it to null barriers, and then you can easily just wrap your null barriers around your habitat to the front so our animals can actually access the inside of the hard shelter. We're going to add a little slant with the plaster pieces. Now to the right, next to where the entrance is going to be for our zookeepers and vets, we're going to carry on with the same theme. We're going to build this wall. We need to narrow our wood pieces down a meter though. Sorry, not a meter, 2 meters, so we can actually fit a custom window in. And obviously as we go, we're going to add trims like you can see me doing now, making sure everything is squared off and everything is hidden what we want to hide. And if you're still watching this video at this point and you're enjoying it, please just take a second to hit that like button. And if you are new around here but you want to watch other Planet Zoo related content like you're watching currently, then hit that subscribe button and join the creative community. Right, just creating that now, creating that kind of like window frame here and planning out where I want the window to be and moving the wooden slats over. And we're just going to get a simple glass pane in there to create our custom window. We need a trim. We need like the window lining, do you call it? It's not a windowsill, is it? Just like the lining, the metal lining. We're going to create a little separation as well so it looks like the window can open. And we're going to take a little look all around the edges, make sure we've got everything in place, make sure our gaps are covered and alter different bits like you can see me doing here. Inside we created a keeper's hut and we just put that in and added some simple lighting. Same with the inside, some simple lighting hanging off the roof, and in the far end here I created another custom window to add even more light coming in to the building. Adding an aircon unit to the left hand side, and this was just a big empty gap, so I wanted to cover it with something, so I created this custom planter. See me just put in variants of heights with the same wood pieces we've been using for the build so it sticks in the same colour theme. We're obviously going to add some mulch, love a bit of mulch mate, add a tree and some foliage, and we've got ourselves a custom made planter. And there we go, that is building a hard shelter for animals in Planet Zoo only using base game construction pieces. This will be on the Steam Workshop page, so if you want to download it, you can do. The link is in the description down below. But hopefully I've inspired to create your own hard shelters and your own buildings and habitats in Planet Zoo using the base game only construction pieces. I've also got a fence set on my Steam Workshop page using, obviously, base game only pieces. So if you want to download that, once again, the Steam Workshop page will be in the description down below. My name's Adam. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Hit the like button if you did like this button, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you in the next Planet Zoo video.